Starting with my Caress Wild Rose foundation in the shade WRF1, I'm gonna blend it all over. Now I'm using my L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer in the shade Cashmere. I actually love this concealer so much. It's like a yellow tone and it highlights my skin very, very well. So I would totally recommend this. Now I'm gonna go to my Revolution Translucent Loose Powder, and actually this is my favorite powder I have ever used, and Revolution has the best powders ever. And I'm gonna blend out the creases from underneath my eyes, and I'm just gonna apply quite a lot of the powder underneath my eyes because I get a lot of creasing, and then all over my face. Now it's time for brows. Let's go to my Essence Brow Stylist set, and I'm gonna use the darker shade on the outer parts of my eyebrows and then the lightest shade on the inner part. And then using something that I cannot live without is eyebrow gel by Gosh. Actually, I really like this one because it has fibers in it, and you can just use it in a day that you're too lazy to do your eyebrows, and you just put that on and you're good to go. Now I'm reapplying a lot of powder underneath my eyes just as protective because I'm going to use bright colors, and if something falls out it's just going to stay on that powder and then I can brush it away. It's not going to stain my face. And actually I didn't set my eyelids for the first time ever just to see if there's a difference, you know, in the pigment or anything. And I'm going to use a light blue shade for transition, and then I'm going to go in with a darker shade. Also, by not setting my eyelids with powder, I actually didn't notice any difference. If you just use good quality eyeshadows, you're going to have the same payout. Then using my Sergio Luis Alvarez eyeshadow palette, I'm going to use the darkest blue just to darken up my outer corner. And then I'm going to use the dark purple of that eyeshadow palette on my outer corner, and I'm going to change my brush. Here I'm making stupid faces because I actually had no idea what I was doing. I was just going with it and I just came up with this look. Now I'm going to use one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes of all time, my Jeffree Star Mini Breaker, and I'm going to use the shade Foreplay on the center of my eyes just to do like an ombre look, I guess. Now going to my Conspiracy palette by Jeffree Star, X Shade Dawson. I'm gonna use the shade Pigment. I love the names anyway. And I'm gonna use it on the inner part of my eye. But this step is actually kind of pointless because then I'm gonna go in and do a cut crease. I was expecting the concealer to not be so full coverage, and just when I used it, I just expected to have like a pinkish looking cut crease, but it was just too pigmented and it just looked white. So yeah, I just went with it. Now with the cut crease, I'm just gonna concentrate it on the part where I applied the very bright pink shade. I'm not gonna take it in the center of my eye, and then I'm gonna drag it into my crease and create like a line, and then I'm gonna set it with a white eyeshadow by my Sergio Luis Alvarez palette. And here, as you can see, I'm making the cut crease a bit higher than my actual crease because I want the line to be visible when I have my eyes open. And then going back to the dark blue shade from the Alvarez palette and using a brow brush to define just around the line and around the cut crease to make it look more round, I guess, and crisp. And here, as you can see, I'm just stamping it on, and then I'm gonna blend it out later with a small definer brush. And then with my Conspiracy palette, I'm going into the shade Trisha, and I'm going to use it on my lower lash line and blending it out. And then I'm going to wipe away all that powder that we've used before because I'm done with my eyeshadow. And then in my waterline, I'm going to use a Essence Long Lasting pencil in the shade Turquoise. And now I'm gonna do my mascara. I'm clearly very excited about it. I'm gonna use the Yves Saint Laurent Faux Effect mascara, and now I'm gonna do a slow-mo for you because I find it very satisfying when people apply mascara.
I've never seen nobody like you before in my life.
Okay, I'm gonna stop now. So then I applied some falsies on the outer corner of my eyes, and then I'm going to use a Revolution contour palette, and then I realized I used a very dark bronzing slash contour color. At least I made it work, and I'm going to contour all over. And here I'm gonna contour that double chin, but be careful, ladies, not too much because you don't want to look like you have a beard. Then using the same Revolution palette, I'm going to use the two highlighting powders underneath my eyes and on the T-zone just to highlight my skin even more. Going back to the Alvarez palette, I'm going to use a rosy shade eyeshadow for my blush. It's literally the only blush I ever wear. And now for the fun part, I'm gonna go to the same Revolution palette and use the highlighter on top of my cheeks and pretty much just shove my whole face in the highlighter. By the way, I'm not talking to anyone, I'm just probably singing AC/DC. Yep, definitely AC/DC. And a little done spray for you. Now I'm gonna use the Revolution Satin Kiss Lip Liner. It doesn't really say a shade, it just says R291, so I don't know. And here I'm using my Omorphia Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Pina Colada, and the camera shut off so you didn't get to see this part. My memory was full, but anyway. And here I'm using the Skindinavia oil-free, oil control, whatever makeup setting spray that I love. And here is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a like, follow me on my social media, and I'll see you next time. Bye!